Hi, this is Shirley Solis with ShirleySolis.com, and with me are Alexis and Nick. Nick is 17 years old and Alexis is 15 years old. And you wouldn't believe it, but these two boys, since the ages of 7 and 8.5, have been working on their own business. So I finally convinced them both to be able to share a lot of the things that they learned while we had our family business and they were tiny little bodies. And I also convinced them to share what it was like to have their own business when they finally started selling marshmallow guns and selling toys and just really learning to be small young entrepreneurs. So today I want to talk about the very first thing, which is why it's so important to teach children about business when they're young, and each one of them is going to give you their input, and then we have a special invitation for you. All right, so Alexis, why don't you tell everyone why it's so important to introduce children to their own business when they're young?
Well, I think when you're small and you have a business of your own, it gives you a sense of like that you're worth, like self-worth, I guess, you know, because you feel like you're actually doing something. Even as you're a little child, you feel like, wow, I accomplished something big and I'm making my own money, and I may, even if it's something small, I'm buying my own ice cream, you know. You feel like you're just really doing something for yourself. And then over the years, you know, now I'm 15 and I feel like I've accomplished so much, and I feel like I can take care of myself for the most part, you know. So I think that was really something that helped me through the years to just have feel like I can take care of myself for a little bit.
So in other words, what you're saying is that when parents take the time to invest and to teach their kids about entrepreneurship and having their own little businesses, whether it was selling candy or sodas or marshmallow guns or whatever, then it helps the child have better confidence.
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like, now, just so you guys know, we did not plan this at all. Like, we just turned on the camera and said, okay, let's see what happens. So this was not planned, and it's just coming out from our hearts. Okay. All right. Now, Nikki, I want to find out from you if you have a different experience from what Alexis shared. Like, do you think it also helped you improve in your self-confidence? And is there anything else that you want to add?
I think from the ages of when you start learning to talk to around 8 to 10 years old is when you most learn everything. It's like your childhood years is when you most learn how to do things. You learn your skills, and then after that comes the preteen and then teenagers. So if you learn how to be an entrepreneur in those young ages, then when you get older is when you start applying skills, and then the skills will be with you since before, so you have it all.
Okay. Now, what would you guys say to parents that are thinking, well, my kids may be too young, right? Like, if there's a parent out there that's thinking, well, my kids may be too young, what are they going to know about building their own little business? Like, what would you say to them?
Well, I don't think there's ever an age that's too young to have your own little business, no matter what it is. You know, some little kids just feel like picking up rocks and like, Mommy, I feel like I want to sell this rock, you know? Like, you can't really say how young they are. They just kind of know, you know, from the age that they're really small. They see things on TV and they see people selling all sorts of stuff, you know, cleaning products, everything. So it's just in their nature to know that something's got to sell. And, you know, I don't think they're too young to ever learn to sell. It's just the child. It depends on the child. You know, if you think they're too young, then maybe wait a little bit. But I don't think you're hurting anyone, let alone your child, to let them try.
That's awesome. So what about you, Nick? What do you think about the idea that kids maybe are too young, that they're not ready? Like, when should a parent know if their kid is ready to learn entrepreneurship skills?
I think in the movies all the time, in trailers and commercials and stuff like that, you'll see the little kids with their lemonade stands. They could be like 4 years old. They know what they want to do. They know that they want to make some money and have some fun. It's not that they're too young because they already have the ideas. It's that sometimes they're not able to do it by themselves, everything. They need help bringing the table out for the lemonade stand and setting it up. But once you set them on their way, they're going up and up.
That's awesome. All right, so we've given you a little bit of information, hopefully some really good content that will motivate you to want to teach your children about entrepreneurship skills. Or maybe you're a parent like me and you've just always been interested in having your own business and and building this business up with your family. Or maybe you're employed by another company, but you really like the idea of having your kids. There's a friend that's honking. All right. So you really like the idea of having your kids learn about business and understand finances and understand marketing and sales. So what we have done is we have decided to host a webinar, a free webinar. The information is right on this video, and we want you to click on the link and go and sign up. It's free. You can definitely bring your children, whatever their ages. So if you have children that are 5, 6 years old, all the way to teen years, like maybe you have a 17 and 18-year-old, and you want all of those children to learn what it was like to build a business with your family, and you want to teach them entrepreneurship skills from the mother's point of view and from the teen point of view, and we would definitely want to encourage you to join us. Now that is my persistent bookkeeper that is knocking, so I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll be talking to you real soon with some great, wonderful tips that are going to follow after this, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.